South Island is beautiful, peaceful island, and it's known for curious bug that it floats around in the ocean. That's why it can't be found on a map. Yeah, right, cause you're about to get exposed. Hi everyone! Before I start with the video, yeah, it's been a while I have uploaded any video, and honestly I miss making more videos. Sadly, over the last year and this year, I'm not in the best position at the moment, so yeah. But I also have a microphone, which is cool by the way, but the quality won't be the best as for now. Same goes for the quality of the video, because my laptop and even PC are not doing too well. Well, they are cheapskate'ly bad. That's what I wanna say. So I'm very limited what I can do on my laptop, especially when it comes to softwares, and the internet can be pretty bad as well. Yeah, good luck for me. I can't do any streams. Some software programs can't handle too well on my laptop, so I definitely need a better PC where I can make better content, of course, but only if I ever have luck at all. Well, this is what I can really do for now. I'm so sorry. Also, I may sound a little bit weird, since I'm still not very used to it with recording my own voice. It's been like 6 years when I last time recorded my own voice. I don't feel very confident about myself enough yet. Sorry. And yeah, English isn't my first language. I speak Croatian actually, which will make things even more difficult for me to record my own voice. Great. That's why I will do more scripted videos to make things easier for myself. Well, except for the part when I play video games, I don't know how this is gonna work out. And of course, try to sound understandable as possible, so I really do apologize for that. Well, anyways, let's start with the video, shall we? Does Green Hill actually exist in real world? But before that, we need to look at South Island, which is Green Hill Zone located at, and many other known zones on this island. South Island is a location in the Sonic the Hedgehog series and is the main setting of Sonic the Hedgehog, the video game of course. This island has made many appearances in the early classic Sonic games. It is also inhabited by these cute lovely animals. Aw, they're so cute! While Green Hill Zone is located around a bright lake on South Island. And part of the story, prologue, translated from the Japanese manual, also describes that South Island is a treasure trove of gems and ancient ruins. They say it's the island where the mystical Chaos Summons lie. The Chaos Summons is super material that give energy to all living beings. Also, when applied for scientific purposes, they can be used for nuclear and laser-based weaponry. However, nobody knows exactly how to get a hold of these emeralds. At the same time though, they do say that the reason why South Island is always moving is because the emeralds are soaring inside the island's hazy depths. Ugh, now I know what have you been up to all the time, Eggman? I see. But wait a minute. Aren't these Chaos Summons now spread everywhere randomly in random locations, and in Sonic games Sonic is carrying with them all the time? Please don't make me start with this one. If the Chaos Summons are not on this island anymore, does that mean South Island isn't moving anymore? I just hope it doesn't get drowned eventually. Or maybe there are more of these than just 7 chaos summons lying somewhere on this island. They have been unaware all along. Oh no! So, you have been wondering, does South Island actually exist? Or let's say, does Green Hill Zone actually exist on this planet Earth? You probably all be like, but sweetie, there's no such thing island called South Island, especially Green Hill Zone, and there's no way Soul Ground is called with checkerboard patterns. Okay, maybe not called with checkerboard patterns, but surprisingly enough, the island actually does exist. When I was playing around with Google Earth, I was looking through the continent of Australia. Especially I was interested in exploring one specific island called Christmas Island. You know, this island is known to have Christmas Island red crabs all over the streets while migrating every year. But if some of you may not know yet, this island is also Sonic's birthplace. So, I was very curious and wanted to find out more about this island's tropical vegetation and maybe learn something from Sonic's past. While I was scrolling away from the island, not so far away, I saw another small island by the name of Killing Island, or also called Cocos Island. This island killed my curiosity, so I went to look it up and oh my gosh, that's right, a South Island. I was so surprised to find out that this island has one part of the island called South Island. There's also West Island and Home Island. But the big question is, does this South Island in real world has anything to do with Sonic video game? Is it based off, or is it just another typical generic island with that name? Is it coincidence? Who knows? I'm not too sure about that. We see that South Island was named way before Sonic even existed, neither Sega did. Also looking through South Island, I tried to compare with South Island and Green Hill if it shares any similarities with the island on Earth, and actually it does. Both of them are tropical islands with tropical climate. Green Hill and South Island has palm trees, grass and even waterfall, just like the island in our world. And totables? Well, does this also count? Oh, and look! This island is also inhabited by animals as well. But however, you won't see these cute little animals. But you will see like, seagulls instead. Both universes are placed on planet Earth setting. Another possible connection I have in my own theory, how this island is close to Christmas Island, still far away but close. Like, why such a big deal that Cocos Island and Christmas Island somehow have connection between? Well, do you remember when I said Christmas Island is Sonic's birthplace? Right. Like, why Sega choose Christmas Island out of all other possible places? Like, they could have chosen America, Europe or Virgin Island, who's also a tropical island. Or even Hawaii, and counting bunch of other possible places. Not only that, but Christmas Island also does exist in Sonic Universe too. Sounds very suspicious to me. There's no way they would just randomly decide to call it South Island, or decide to place Sonic birthplace on Christmas Island for no reason, and how both of these islands are close to each other. There's not too much we know about Sonic's past, and all behind plans Sonic Team had for. The only thing we know about is some parts of all info and his old bio, Sonic's backstory. In Sonic the Hedgehog technical files, where Christmas Island was also mentioned. Yeah, that was the only time it ever got mentioned. And it says, Sonic was born on a small island called Christmas Island, but his love for adventure called him away, and he has visited so many different places on Earth that he doesn't really have a place he considers to be home. Right, but it also mention how Sonic's story centers around his favorite group of islands, including South Island, West Side Island, and Angel Island. But wait, West Side Island? Let me look a bit. West Side Island is the main setting of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It is the island that Sonic the Hedgehog visited after saving South Island from Dr. Robotnik, and where he first met Tails. This island is very ancient, with plenty of treasures and ancient ruins. And look what we have here! West Island. Well, except without sight. So, this is where Sonic met Tails, even though Tails met Sonic before actually. At least that makes more sense now, since West and South Island are very close to each other. Oh, and we definitely should not forget this one. And yeah, in this game, the island is actually called Coco Island, or Coco Island. I'm not kidding, that's what it's actually called. This was a setting that happened way before Tails even met Sonic. So let's see the info. Coco Island is also where Tails used to live for a while. It is a tiny island in Spearlike South Pacific, which is not found on any map. Okay, really? What's with all this island nowhere to be found on any map? Did those islands actually think no one will ever find them? I know it's different in Sonic Universe, but still... Well, never mind. Let's move on. And the way how it's shaped kinda suits nicer with this one. Okay, except this looks more like a ring, cause it has a hole in the middle. It feels even more suspicious to me, with a lot of evidences, connection between those islands and how the islands were named. It's more likely for me to say that these mysterious islands were pretty much influenced by Coco's Islands in our world. But there is one thing and few other things that disconnects with our world's island and Sonic Universe, is that Killing Island were formed by corals, while South Island and West Side Island in Sonic Universe were formed by volcano. South Island has Marble Zone and West Side Island has Hilltop Zone. And especially want to see checkerboard parts like Green Hill has, of course. Despite having few differences, it still has a lot of things that both our universe and Sonic Universe shares in common. It's very fascinating how this can influence and inspire the world around us, especially when it happens all unexpected. Being inspired is a very good thing to have. That's why I believe that inspiration is always the key. But who knows? Maybe far in the future these islands may become like in Sonic Universe. That would be amazing. Okay, I guess I'm imagining a bit too much. So, all the time in the Sonic Hedgehog video game, the main setting happened in Australia. Well, let's say in Australia's territory in our universe. The story in my mind will go, in his early days, Sonic used to live in Christmas Island, but his love for adventure called him away. He said, "I'm out of here." Then he moved to Coco's Islands, South Island, where he stayed there for a while, sitting on the sandy coast in his chair, wearing sunglasses and listening to cool rock music. And then Eggman came to this island to search for Chaos Armor, so he can use for nuclear weapon, and yeah, take over the world.
I hate that hedgehog!
After that, when Sonic defeated Eggman, he then went to West Island. West Side Island. Not so far from South Island, where he met Tails and became best buddies. And the rest was history. I guess that's it. I don't know what to say anymore, unless if I forgot something to mention. But I have to say that I really enjoyed making this video. I know it's not perfect or something too special, but if you have any suggestions, ideas, tips, or you want to simply say something, then go ahead, feel free to do so. You can also leave a comment on my DeviantArt or on my Twitter as well, if you want to, of course. Well, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy it.